to the cloud. Okay, so I'm gonna share the video first. Let me see. And then Miss Annie will be jumping into the slideshow. Okay. All right, Annie, it's all yours.
Okay. Hey everyone. Yeah, so welcome to our summarizing orientation. So today for the agenda, we will cover, our stories, help you to understand our organization's culture, and also give you a little bit background information about, instructor requirement, attendance policies, and also some of you may, concerned about COVID. How do we, operate during the pandemic? So we will have some guidance for you, as well as later, Stephanie will cover something about instructors' requirements and the classroom rules. And then Grace will cover the rest about, calendar, also the middle school's, classes, and also the other requirements requirements and expectation for the instructors. All right, so let's say our story. So as you know, our name is Apex for Youth. So our mission is to deliver possibilities for the underserved agents and immigrant youth. So that's what we do. We have different programs. We provide mentoring programs, matching the mentors and mentees together. And also we recruit volunteers to help, the elementary kids and also high school kids on different location on site for, for the students. And like what do? We also provide after school programs, right? Have a partnership with the DOE schools. And then, yeah, so we're doing good things for the community. All right, so I think you should be proud of what you are doing. So about our program, we serve, pre-K to fifth graders at PS 184. We have fee-based program for the elementary, and also we have a city-funded Sonic program that is serving sixth grade to, eighth grade, also located in Shangwen. And then our main office, as I mentioned before, so that is located in, 120 Worker Street on the fifth floor. And then as you can see here, this is the number, yeah, you may need probably. And then, but for our summarizing program office, remember that is different. So our location is at Shuangwen, so PS 184 is the second floor. Some of you may already know, so it's room 202 for the new teachers. Yeah, you may want to go to the second floor and turn left, and you will see room 202 there. So I will see you guys. We will see you guys on Tuesday, next Tuesday. And then that's our office number. And always feel free to drop us emails about, things that you want to tell us. Okay, so later we'll introduce more about this. And then as we previously introduced, Stephanie Mitten, she's the Associate Director of our After School Programs. That's her email. And myself, Annie, I'm the Program Manager of Fee-Based Elementary After School Program. So that's my work email. And then also, Grace is the on-site Director of Sonic Middle School After School Program. That's her email box. And then we have a new, full-time staff, Stella. So that's her email box. All right, so much about our after-school team. So let's move on the next slide.
Sorry, okay. It was frozen.
Yeah, no problem. So for Apex, all right, we come back. Okay, so Apex Summarizing Program, as you already know, yeah, it's a city-funded, it's a free, safe, and a fun academic and enrichment program for students currently in grades from kindergarten to eighth grade. And students will participate in academic and also enrichment programming over the course of the day, and also we will have field trips that we will introduce later, mostly happen on Fridays, and then some art activities that some of you will be teaching, and then also we have some time for our outdoor recreation. And our program will be running full day, Monday to Friday, and from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It is in person, and the location will be always at PS 184. So we actually run the program collaboratively with the school PS 184. So they are doing some portion, and we're taking in charge of the afternoon session. And then next slides, I will walk you through the summarizing program, the instructor requirements and attendance policies. I think that's very closely related with you. So for the elementary, from kindergarten to fifth graders, so instructors, they have to meet the students at the main entrance at the Cherry Street. So some of you already know we only have one main entrance. So the time is at 8 a.m. But we suggest you to arrive here a little bit earlier, like 7:45, to give yourself some time to prepare and also get familiar with the classroom if it's your first time here. And then instructors who starts at 8. So that's kind of what I said. And if you wanna, for some of the instructors, I believe you will have a full working day, which it means you will start at 8 and maybe finish your work around 6. So there will be unpaid lunch hours. So just let us know. We will accommodate. And then for the middle school, so instructors are only doing the afternoon session. So you have to meet the students at 12 p.m. on time in front of their classroom. And then for this part, I think Grace will give you more information in the following orientation. And then you guys are doing, so Monday to Thursday, instructor hours arrive here like also 15 minutes earlier and then leave around 6 p.m. And then for Friday, so it's a full day. So it's all handled by Apex. Then it's a full working day for you guys. Then arrive here at around 7:45. So you have more time to prepare. Regarding the late list, so yeah, because we are work professionals and we want to be responsible for the students, right? So a pattern of a late list may result in a pay reduction or dismissal. So round up 15 minutes, and email. So if you are running late, we understand, right? There are some situations, and then email Apex summarizing team or the site directors about the absence or late list in a timely manner, so we can we can arrange the schedule beforehand. All right, so let's say the protocols about COVID. So we do have a surveillance testing, so which will be occurred weekly for students from first grader to eighth grader, and then that will be taking place Monday through Thursday from 9 to 12 p.m. And then up to 10% of the staff in the building, including DYCD staff, may be tested after student testing is completed. So all students and the staff, you may have a possibility to get it tested. And then we do have a daily health screening. That's kind of like very familiar already for some of the instructors. You have been doing this. So every student and staff must complete the health screening form. We can click in here and you can do this. Yeah. I think last school year, last September, when we first got started, we did something similar, but we had a physical copy. But this time we will do this online. All right. Thank you, Grace. Let's go back to the page.
I'm so sorry. This is a little bit not working for me today. I'm so sorry. Let me go back. Oh, okay. Let's go back.
You may want to replay it from the beginning.
Yeah, I think my click button is not working today. Just give me one moment. I'm dealing with some freezing screen issue right now.
Yeah, so while she is, figuring out the PowerPoint, so regarding what I said earlier, if you have any question or later, we may give you more information. It's tons of information. If you feel like there's something that you concerned or unclear, you can, ask questions later. We'll have a Q&A time at the end of our orientation. Well, so we're back here. So we do have at-home test. That's for the occasion that you may experience some COVID-like symptoms at school, or you may think you are a close contact with someone who has COVID in a classroom setting. So you should get a 2 tests before returning to work. It has to be both has to be negative. And then for the classrooms, right? That's very important that we already have the air conditioning, and also each classroom will have 2 air purifiers here to just make sure our space is like safer for us to conduct the activity. And then, so if we have some confirmed cases, and we do have a situation room that is located on the first floor of our school, and then so what we will do, so if someone is confirmed with COVID, and we will put the student in the situation room, and we will contact the parents immediately. So they will be, sent home. And then if you feel like when you're doing the health screening, right, you feel like some students not feel like you check temperature is high, and or the student just report to you, right? You saw the form and they have COVID, and then you have to directly report to our Apex staff, which is Grace, Stephanie, me, or even Stella. Yeah, just let us know. Then we will just report this to the school as well, and bring the student to the situation room. So that's what you will be doing. All right, so let's say next page, what we're gonna cover. So more about the safety protocol. So like we have different situations, right? Like cases in your school. So any student or instructor who feels ill, and especially if you display symptoms consistent with COVID-19, are asked to stay home and get tested, just like what we talked about before. And students with symptoms at school will be isolated and monitored in the situation room until they are picked up by a family member. Instructors who develop symptoms at school will be asked to leave the building. Yeah, we don't want you to go, but we care about your safety, your health condition. So we will need you to do quarantine. And then we also, even though face covering is not mandatory right now, but we still recommend you to wear a well-fitted mask at all times if you have COVID, and then even though you return to work, then we recommend you to wear the mask until day 10 after you recovered. And then for the office and class, the ventilation system will be running during office and classroom hours, and classroom hours and windows will be open to allow regular airflow. For the vaccination requirement, so Apex staff must provide proof of vaccination to DOE. I think this won't be a problem because we have been living this situation for a while, right? And then city employees who worked in person in DOE summarizing site must provide proof of vaccination to their employers. It's us. And then, so for each of you, when you're teaching, so we already prepared a PPE box for each classroom. Before you go to the classroom, you should bring a PPE box with you. So in that PPE box, we have sanitizer for you to use and also for the students to use, and gloves, mask, disinfectant wipes for you to clean, your hands, or students, they may need disinfectant wipes and extra. So if you need more of this, just let our office know, and we will be here to help. So regarding us, so we will be asked to disinfect the surface of the shared objects like laptops, right, or pencil boxes that students may be borrowed from us. And the classroom will also be disinfected after being used by us, and the custodian will clean every day at the end of the school. All right, so I think that's so much from me. So I think Stephanie will take this part from me. Stephanie.
Thank you, Annie. So as we just discussed, the PPE supply boxes will be in the Apex office, and you can pick them up at the beginning of the day and return them at the end. You will be asked to submit monthly structured lesson plans on the first day of every month to the site director. Please check the lesson plan template. It is attached. We'll review it a little more in depth in the next slide, but review your lesson plans before each lesson so that you know what you're teaching for that day. Keep students under adult supervision at all times, including physical activities and transition times. Water or bathroom breaks, there will be a sign out sheet. The students should go one at a time and return within 5 minutes. Please follow the classroom use and management policy and remind students regularly that they should follow it as well. We're going to click on that now. And then Grace, if you'd like to go over that quickly.
Sure. So we want to emphasize some classroom use and management policy. Then this is instructor version, and will be shared the physical version, electronic version via email. So please don't worry to like writing down, remember everything. But supervision and classroom management is so important. So at least Apex adults, one adult must stay with the classroom and children supervising in your own classroom. So your students are not allowed to stay unsupervised in the classroom during the after school hour, during the summarizing hour. If you need to pick up some material from the gym closet or Apex office, please contact us or contact Annie, Grace, me, Stephanie, and Stella or Ningxi, so we can arrange delivery to you. But most of the time, we are going to assign at least one TA and then few high school interns. So you will have some extra hands to bring and then ask for some material. But if anyone is not available, like let's say they went to restroom and you need really, really extra hand, please ask us. You can like, I will be like, comfortable to share my personal phone number just for emergency situation, but you can always reach out to us by putting 1064 on the classroom form. We can teach you how you're going to use this once you arrive at school next week. So we strongly recommend and encourage you to go to bathroom before your class begin. But however, if you need to go to bathroom, we totally understand. So please call us so we can arrange someone to cover your class. Or if you have TA, like other adults who can also supervise that class, that will be also fine too. Okay, but don't leave your classroom like with only students and then just leave the classroom for the restroom, even if that is only 3 minutes. That is not allowed following this DOE protocol. So share space. So all Apex instructors must talk to each other to assign space for their cohort. So this is what I'm talking about. So for example, I'm going to give you 2 examples. In the gym auditorium, maybe 3rd grader is going to come and then use this to this part, maybe like first half part. And then our 6th grader teacher also want to use the gym because there is raining weather, nobody can go outside. Then 6th grader is going to be in the gym room. That's okay. Maybe like 40 kids splitting half in the one gym, that will be fine, but we don't want to mix the group. So for example, the 3rd grade teacher, gym teacher, and 6th grade gym teacher must talk each other to find out where is the like clear physical boundary. So from here to here, we are going to use it for elementary, here to here middle school, in order to avoid any physical incident or contact or any other troubles, because sometimes they're mixing groups. If they start mixing group, they try to like, play with the older grader coming to 3rd grader, younger one, they start fighting like verbally, physically, and it's gonna be getting messy. So we don't want to have this possibility to make any unsafe incident happen. So please like remind your students to use that specific area, and then, or you can even make a physical like visual reminder, like make little like put the nets in between those things, or use little table to make sure that this is the clear line in between this different grade. Or like, let's say there's going to be schoolyard and you're going to use basketball court, and then soccer field is being used by different program. There are gonna be different, lot of after school program. It's called CMP, Dream is for the summer. We don't want to mix our students with the other group of students from the other program, because this is how we're gonna get a lot of incidents. From our history of running this program, there were so many incidents once we use the shared space with the other group of students, and then it's gonna be really, really hard for teachers to control if, yeah, and they're gonna start like a lot of things happening. So in order to just prevent any unsafe situation, let's split the space in a shared space, okay? And if you're feeling hesitant about this, we can also help you out. So you can always like reach out to us during the program hour as well, okay? So schoolyard here. So schoolyard is only for certain activity like gym. If you want to use schoolyard, because some sections need to have some fresh air, and because it's such a nice weather, you want to let them, release some physical energies for 15-30 minutes, you must talk to us first, because we are only allowed to use that specific assigned classroom. So reason why we are giving the room number is just to help our class safe, and because we are not also allowed to use other classroom or other schoolyard in that specific time. But you can talk to us so we can communicate with the school, so we can get the permission, and then we may be able to allow you to use the schoolyard for a certain time. But please talk to us. Don't bring the schoolyard without asking us. Then for early pickup situation, or if we need to deliver certain message to you, and if you're not in the classroom, then we are not be able to find you right away. So please let us know so we can communicate with you and help you use the schoolyard, okay? And then of course, during the rainy weather or before and after, we are not allowed to use schoolyard. That's program from PS1A4, because of the safety concern. It's gonna be slippery, or it's gonna be like people can get sick. And also during really hot weather, we want to avoid releasing our kids from the school building. Gym locker. So gym locker is located in the auditorium in the second floor. You will be able to see that once you come to our school next week. But sometimes children is just opening the door, or some teachers asking their kids to open the door and then get some material for them, but that's not allowed in our program. It's because first is for safety. There's a lot of shelf, there's a lot of materials, and we don't want kids to hit by some other materials, and also it might get disorganized, and we want to make sure everything is on the order. So please, your teacher's assistant, or even you can ask for help or interns to bring the material for you. So no kids are allowed to go to gym locker, but only adults are able to go inside and grab the material. Okay, and please, when you're returning the material, please keep it organized so that we can maintain all this organized shelf. Laptops, I know that we are gonna use laptops for some educational purpose or for teaching purpose. That's okay. You just must bring the laptop down to our office. You can ask your SYP interns or assistant to bring them down, or even you can do it after the dismissal. But sometimes laptops are being left in the classroom, and then sometimes the teacher asking like right after that, the morning, like, oh, like you guys left all these laptops on our desk, and this is how we're getting like complaint. But sometimes, yeah, we understand that like you guys are so hectic. It's hard to control everything, but maybe after the dismissal, on your way to come back to Apex office for clock out, maybe you can just double check your classroom just to make sure everything's okay, like there's no missing material left in your classroom, okay? But we are going to be also third eye to just triple check, okay? And we are going to help you out. And we're going to emphasize this to our SYP intern assistants so they can help cleaning parts as well. So floor, so this is more about like cleaning part before dismissal. Sometimes there's some scrap paper from like classes, like homework and arts, especially other activity, they use a lot of material. Sometimes they just do not put in the garbage bin and just put it on the like all over the places. And we really want them, our students, to ask to like, clean out after clean the floor after they finish their activity. Sink, sometimes there's why the paint or like wipes, like wet kitchen towels are being left. We want to make sure the sink is clean as well. Desk, yeah, remove any pencils, drawing. Sometimes kids do the pencil drawing. We have to remove it in order to maintain the classroom's cleanness. Okay, and please make them also chairs up on the desk before the dismissal. So basically, we are just trying to put these things back to the original condition for the DOE property, because this is not Apex building. We are renting out, we are borrowing their spaces. We want to really respect their property as well. Whiteboard must be cleaned after you use. In DOE material, some of you are like maybe working, some of you are from DOE teacher, and if you're using your own classroom, that will be fine. But non-DOE teacher, I ask you to use only Apex material. We do have our own wipes, own sanitizer, own pencil sharpener. We are not allowed to use any of DOE material when we are running summarizing. And then lesson plan, we are gonna it's gonna be talked about. That Stephanie is gonna be talking about it in the next slide. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Grace. So a lesson plan is a detailed step-by-step guide that outlines the instructor's objectives for what the students will accomplish during the course of the lesson and how they will learn it. Creating a lesson plan involves setting age-appropriate goals, developing activities, and determining the materials that you will use. Our absolute deadline is that we ask you to submit your monthly lesson plans by the end of the first week of July and the end of the first week of August for summarizing. You can download the lesson plan templates. We have the link below. So at the top, you have your monthly topics and goals. Students will be able to identify those are your learning objectives, and then you can list your classroom activities and dates that you will be teaching them on, and then how you will be assessing the students' learning, how you will track their progress. All right, the student version of the classroom rules. There's no food and no drinks in the classrooms. There are no cell phones used for social media, games, texting, phone calls, and other non-academic reasons. We have to return Apex laptops to room 202, follow directions, be respectful of others, respect the classroom property, work and play in a safe manner, and report any accidents, incidents, or problems to the instructors immediately. Phones and electronic devices. Please, as instructors as well, refrain from using your cell phones and other electronic devices, such as tablets and laptops, for your personal use in class, i.e. social media, games, texting, phone calls, and others. We also ask that you don't share any personal information with the children. So no phone numbers, no social media. It's there to protect you and them. Apex after school laptops and electronic devices are solely used for educational purposes. So the kids shouldn't be getting on YouTube or any other websites while they're there. They should not be playing games beyond what's on your lesson plan. Emergency responses for summarizing. So the types of emergency responses that we'll be doing: shelter in, evacuation, lockdown. Now lockdowns, there's two different types. There's a soft lockdown, which is in the event that it's not immediate danger. And then there's a hard lockdown, which is in the case of an immediate danger. There will be two evacuation drills that must be held during the summer. One will have to be held the first week of summer school, and the second evacuation drill has to be conducted before July 31st. Apex summarizing staff will need to follow the evacuation guidelines during the drills. Grace, would you like to go over just a little more in terms of shelter in, evacuation, and lockdown? Grace, you're still muted.
Okay. So for the shelter in will be employed by incident that happen outside the school building. The building door will be locked and everyone will remain inside. And use of bathroom is allowed, but no one will be allowed to go outside and no one will be allowed in. First responder will let us know when to shelter in and when it's all right to lift the shelter in. So someone in the BRT should and will be communicating with whichever first responder puts us on the shelter in. Evacuation will be practiced as a part of fire drills and operate similarly. Building response team members will be provided assembly cards to communicate with each other. These are foldable cards that we can use to communicate when we evacuate. Then they can indicate that conditions are good, there is a problem, or if medical attention is required. So finally, the lockdown. So there are two different types of lockdown, soft and hard. So soft lockdown, it's more like employed with an incident that is taking place in a school building, but it's not necessarily immediate danger. So the BRT, the building response team, site administration, and building safety agents should be able to walk around to address the problem, but we want to keep everyone locked safely in a classroom or office in case the danger increases. Hard lockdown is employed in the case of immediate danger, like active shooter threat from the weapon. So in this case of immediate danger in the building, when it is too dangerous for anyone to search the building, everyone is hiding and doors are locked, move to corners of the room, and we're gonna give you more guidance, but hide and wait for first responder or police to come to the door and unlock it and clear the room. So a hard lockdown cannot be lifted until first responder clear the room. And all the sign of these three different emergency responses gonna be on each door. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Grace. So in terms of the general response protocol for evacuations, i.e. fire drills, the fire alarm system alerts staff and students to evacuate. Usually it's an announcement over the PA that will say, attention, attention, this is a fire drill or this is an evacuation. Students will do the following: leave their belongings behind, line up to exit. In cold weather, students could be reminded to take their coats, but it's unlikely that that will happen over summer. Teachers will do the following: take evacuation folder that has the attendance inside. Lead students to the evacuation location. We will show you the floor plan in a minute. Listen for additional directions, take attendance and account for all students, report any injuries, problems, or missing students to the school staff immediately or first responders. You will have an assembly card in your evacuation folder that has a red side and a green side. Green side you hold up when you have taken attendance and you have all students with you. Red side is if there is a problem, if there is a missing child, an injury, or something else that one of our first responders or school staff need to respond to. Then there will be a signal or announcement once we have cleared all the floors, swept them to make sure everyone's out safely, that the evacuation drill is completed and we can return to the building. Next slide.
Yeah, sorry, my button is not working. Okay, so this is the next one.
So we'll have this plan posted and available at the school, but just to give you an idea, can we zoom in a little bit? This is the floor plan for each floor of the building, and it has arrows listing which direction each student should go, each class should go, and where that will lead out to what street. So for example, on the first floor, you see in purple, grade K, it says Apex. They would go out, go to the left and take exit 4 out to Montgomery Street. And you can follow those arrows for all of the floors. Can you scroll down a bit? At the bottom, we have a little cheat sheet that has the exits and where we should line up. So for example, exit 1 is the primary exit to the building. You'll turn left on Cherry Street toward Clinton Street. The alternate exit is to exit the building, go across Cherry Street to Montgomery Street towards Madison Street. So that kind of tells you where you're going to leave your class to line up. And then the rooms on the right, room 307, 311, yard, cafeteria, those will be the ones that are using that exit and heading out to those streets. So we'll have this posted, we'll have this available in the building, but you also have the link here to review for yourself, because reminder, we will have an evacuation drill the first week. Thank you, Grace. Our summarizing program calendar, July 5th is our first day. It's a Tuesday. August 8th to the 12th is our approximate date for our APEX Summarizing Showcase, but that's to be determined. August 12th will be the last day for APEX Middle School Summarizing, and August 19th will be the last day for APEX Elementary Summarizing. This is just an overview of our daily itinerary for the elementary program. So our day starts at 8 a.m. sharp. The kids will arrive at 8 a.m., and then at 8 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. in the cafeteria, they'll grab and go breakfasts, and at 8:15 they'll be escorted to their first class. Lunch doesn't begin until 6th period. K to 1 will have lunch then. 7th period, 2 to 5th will have lunch, and we'll have a snack period sometime between 8th and 13th. That's to be determined. We'll let you know as we get closer. Recess 5 to 5:30, the kids will start to wrap up, use the bathroom, get ready for dismissal, because dismissal will start promptly at 5:30 p.m. at the main entrance. This is just a better breakdown of what you'll expect throughout the day. So arrival, meet students in the cafeteria to pick up their grab and go breakfast, escort them to their assigned classrooms. Once you're in your classroom, you're going to take attendance and begin the class with a warm-up activity or something that can help build group cohesion and relationships, kind of break the ice before you introduce and proceed with your daily lesson. You're going to want to establish and follow your classroom rules at all times, maintain engagement and safety at all times. And in case of an emergency, please use the classroom phone to contact the APEX school office by dialing 1064. Classroom transitions. So for the elementary classes, they will be split. K and first will be split into 2 cohorts. And APEX staff as well as DOE staff will be teaching ELA and math in the morning. In order to facilitate that transition, students will not be leaving their classroom, but teachers will be switching classrooms. So what the DOE has asked us to do is line the students up at the end of class and outside in the hallway, and then the teachers will swap places and take their students back into the classroom. So that is what the DOE has come up with for us. So if you are on the schedule at the beginning of the day teaching ELA or math, that is the transition that you will have to follow. At lunchtime, we wrote 12 p.m., but as you can see, it's staggered. Have students wash their hands thoroughly before and after taking their lunch. Students have lunch in the cafeteria and they are not allowed to share their food or plates. So please do not allow them to share their food or give their food to anybody. Take students' attendance and have students be seated as they enter 3 feet for social distancing. Snack time to be determined. APEX staff will help distribute snacks in their classrooms. Please check student allergy lists before distributing any food. The individual bag of snacks is delivered to the classroom, and each student one by one will grab their snacks under the staff supervision, and students are not allowed to pass over their food or plate for safety reasons. Early pickup begins at 12 p.m. and ends at 5 p.m. APEX for You staff will call the classroom phone to inform the instructors. Parents cannot go to the child's classroom. If there are no volunteers or assistant instructors in the classroom that can take the student down to the main entrance, then an APEX staff will pick them up for their early dismissal and bring them to the main entrance of the school by that scheduled time. Please have the students gather their belongings and prepare for dismissal when notified. So if there's a student that needs to use the bathroom beforehand, if they really have a lot of cleaning up to do, please get them on that right away so that we don't leave the parent waiting downstairs for too long. Dismissal is going to start at 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's going to be staggered. We'll give you those times in a little bit. Please have students gather their belongings and prepare them for dismissal at least 15 minutes before your scheduled dismissal time, and ensure that the classroom is clean and organized before you leave. Wipe down surfaces with disinfectant wipes, turn off the AC, close the windows, don't leave any garbage in the classroom. Any stationery, supplies, or other items cannot be left behind in the classroom. They should be put back where you found them or returned to the Apex office. And please put up the chairs before you leave. Then you will escort the students to the front of the cafeteria for elementary to prepare for dismissal. The back of the cafeteria is going to be used for another program, so we can only use the front of the cafeteria. Somebody will be there to help guide you to the tables that we can use. For arrivals, so it says K to 8, sorry, that's our mistake. K to 5th teachers and paraprofessionals must be in place in the cafeteria at 8 a.m. to receive students. Tables will be marked with signage indicating where students of each grade should sit. Please familiarize yourself with the cafeteria layout before students arrive. School staff, including ourselves, will be on hand to direct the children accordingly. K through 5th, follow this procedure. For the safety of all, ensure that students are seated at their tables while inside the cafeteria. Students will pick up their grab-and-go breakfasts at stations upon leaving the cafeteria. Dismissal from the lunchroom will occur in phases, and information will be announced over the bullhorn. Kindergarten students will be escorted by the teacher first and proceed to the first floor. Students in grade 1 to 4 will be escorted by the teacher and will take staircase B. Again, we're going to refer to the floor plan that we have, and we will have it on site for you to review. Staircase B is the one for grades 1 to 4. Staircase A is going to be used for grades 5 to 8. I know that middle school does not have to worry about the beginning portion of the day because DOE will be running it, but K to 5th will need to use those staircases to get to their classrooms. Late students will be directed accordingly to their classrooms. And then Grace is going to take over the dismissal part.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie. So dismissal. So we are gonna start our dismissal 5:30 at sharp. For elementary parents, they're gonna be awaiting outside on the Cherry Street. This is the only main entrance in the school building, so it's gonna be easily founded, and this is gonna be the door where you're gonna enter our building too. And also we have all those authorized contact or authorized pickup persons list, and also we do have self-dismissal list. When we are doing dismissal, we want to make sure that parents are signing their initial on the roster that we have in each class folder, so that for the safety reason, we wanted to make sure that they are authorized by the their pickup. They are being picked up by the authorized person that we have on our list, okay? And middle school parents, they're gonna also waiting outside at the main entrance, and most of the middle school, like especially like 8s and half of 7s, they have a self-dismissal consent that we have already collected from the application process. They are able to self-dismiss, but this doesn't mean that they can just come to the main entrance by themselves and then just being released like anytime. At 5:30, they're able to self-dismiss, which means you're going to bring them down, bring your class down, but make sure to release self-dismissal consent kids first, so they can just, so we can register traffic. And then rest of them who need to have get the sign from the parents for the authorized pickup person, then we are gonna, check each boxes to make sure these kids are being dismissed by the parents and authorized pickup person. For this procedure, we are gonna be outside. Annie, Stephanie, me, and Stella's gonna be outside around this dismissal time to help you guys out. So please do not worry about it at the first week. Especially we're gonna really help out to maintain our safety. So our dismissal, we're aiming to start at 5:30 and trying to complete it by 6 p.m. And the parents gonna pick them up 6 p.m. Rest of them who are not picked up by the parents, you can bring them to our office. At that moment, we are gonna take care of those rest of the students. So you can just clock out at 6 p.m. sharp. So there will be staggered dismissal time in order to reduce traffic and also maintain safety. So as you see here, middle schools gonna start the semester first. It's because we have a smaller group and we have more self-dismissal kids, so we can release the kids, quick, more faster way. We're gonna start with 8th grader, 5:30 at sharp. So you can imagine yourself bringing your group down around 5:27-ish, because it's gonna take time from 4th floor. We're gonna use 4th floor mainly for middle schooler. It takes time for you guys to bring and walk down to the main entrance. So start like organizing like 5:25, 5:27, you can start coming down so you can start dismissing at 5:30. And then 7th grader, 2 minutes gap, and they're gonna be releasing at 5:32. And also the 6th grader, it's gonna be 2 different classes because this is gonna be the largest group that we have for the middle school, and they're gonna be released at 5:35. So after we finish middle school portion of dismissal, I'm gonna communicate with Annie and Stephanie to let them know that they're able to start staggered dismissal for elementary school portion. So then kindergarten to let me mute, please. All right. So kindergarten to 3rd grader can start at 5:35, and we're gonna give 5 minutes gap in between different grade. So 1st to 4th grader, 5:40, and then 2nd to 5th, 5:45. So we can dismiss everyone, finishing by 5:50-ish. Okay. All right. That is that. And I can talk about a little more about the middle school. So overview of daily itinerary for middle school summarizing. So as you guys see, I only uploaded afternoon sessions. So Monday through Thursday, we are running program for middle school 12 to 6 p.m. So which means middle school teachers, you have to be ready by 11:45-ish. So I recommend you to arrive 11:45 and gather some material and being ready to pick up your kids from 4th floor in their DOE classroom so they can make transition to your classroom. And regarding the detailed information, I will give you give you more information via emails, okay? But Friday, I didn't put it yet. Everything is TBD right now, to be determined. We are still organizing the Friday schedule, but it's gonna be running by Apex. So only Friday for middle school, we are running 8 to 6. And most of you guys, middle school teachers, you guys share the schedule and availability for Friday. So I'm gonna, once I complete all the scheduling for Friday, I will be able to release it with you. And thank you so much for patience for waiting for the Friday schedule. So overview of daily itinerary. So I just wrote down the activity 1, starting from 12 p.m. For Monday through Thursday portion. So it's gonna be 45 minutes. Once you arrive, you're gonna lead your first class. So you're going to pick up your kids from DOE classroom and bring them to your classroom and take the attendance first and have your students be seated as they enter and begin some icebreaker to get to know about them and to build some relationship, especially the first 2 weeks. Introduce your session, lesson, and refer back to your previous classes content for the following week sessions. And discipline your students when necessary. If there's a student who's not really listening to you and being really disrespectful to you, please don't hesitate to contact and communicate with Apex staff like me and Stephanie Annie so we can make an intervention right away. So you might get some phone call from us when you're leading your classroom regarding early pickup. So which means the parents gonna they want to pick up their kids at like 3 p.m. for doctor's appointment. If they arranged for vacation, they're gonna ask to bring their kids down to safety agent desk. We're gonna communicate through phone call. You're not going to be the one who's going to be doing that because you're going to be the main teachers and you're going to be leading the group. But assistant, SYP interns, teaching assistant, and including APEX staff, like main staff, we are going to help this early pickup and we're going to bring them down to the safety agent and help them reunite. We are going to stay until they reunite with their parents for the safety purpose. Okay, and no parents going to be able to just give a phone call directly to you or to their children and just release the children from the school right away. They always need to communicate through us. So if you receive any message from your kids saying that, oh, my mom's gonna pick up me at like 3 p.m., please double check with us because we might have received the email from them or phone call, or sometime we didn't. Then we have to make sure to get the confirmation from the parents that they're okay to release their kids at 3 p.m. and we can schedule the arrangement for the early pickup. So please double check always with us. And this is very important. Lunch hours is going to be 12:45 to 1:30. Have students wash their hands thoroughly before and after taking lunchtime. We are going to have lunchtime in cafeteria, and as Stephanie shared, we are not going to allow them to pass over their food. And also we have the allergic list, and we are going to notify you if students have any allergies. So please don't worry about like checking each one's allergy because we already have the form and information from the parents. Recess and break activity 2 is happening from 1:30 to 2:15. For the recess, if weather is good, I'm gonna let you guys stay in the schoolyard. Otherwise, you guys can bring them back to the classroom that you guys are assigning to. And activity itself must be conducted in their classroom, not in schoolyard. Activity 3, 2:15 to 3 is going to be 45-minute slot, as you see. And activity 4 is happening right away after 3 p.m. And then there's going to be snack hour, 3:45 to 4:15, 30-minute slot. So we're, as Stephanie shared, for middle schooler 2, we're going to do the same procedure. Apex staff is going to distribute snack in front of your classroom. So you don't need to worry about bringing any snack for them. We are all going to manage this one for you. You guys can stay there and then they're gonna grab and go in their classroom and then they're gonna eat it and they're gonna just put all the garbage inside of the garbage bin in the classroom. And then for 15, we are gonna do the activity 5. After 4:15, we're gonna do activity 5 until 5 p.m. And there's gonna be also another recess gonna be happening 5 to 5:30. It's a long day for students. They start their activity at 8 a.m. Monday to Thursday. It's running by DOE portion, but they're having really tired time. So we want to give some time for them to take some break. You can use this at this time as giving them some break, washroom, and then also do some fun activities and just let them just sit on the chair and then read the book is fine. So dismissal again, 5:30 sharp. Please allow yourself to like organize and then clean up the classroom before 5 to 10 minutes. So you can come to the main entrance on the scheduled time, turn off AC and all those closed window. I'm not going to repeat it because Stephanie already shared in the previous slide. Okay, so summarizing student attendance. So once you come to our school for your class, you're gonna be able to receive the classroom folder for your scheduled classes. P is for present, L is for late, A is for absent for your daily attendance. Please take the attendance every single period because every single period you're going to have a different group and we want to make sure that they're being present in your classroom. And that if they're absent without any notice, we have to notify parents and we have to like find out if they're skipping, if there was a reason. So please do the attendance, and this is really important. Okay, thank you so much. APEX students who arrive late and leave early should be marked present if present for at least 45 minutes. So yeah, so regarding this, we can talk about a little later. But if they're being present, even if for 45 minutes, yeah, we are going to let them, we are gonna mark them as a people who been present for that day. So missing child, instructor will immediately make a report to APEX staff. So let's say there was a bathroom break and you send them out for the bathroom break, but they didn't come back in 10 minutes. And then that is the time when you need to call us. Maybe you can ask your TA or SIP interns to find them out, but you can also call us right away. You please do that for us so we can really help you to find out these kids. If we cannot find out these kids in school, we're going to use school PA system in main office to announce their missing child's name. Sometimes some children is playing their online game in restroom and then they never come back. It happens. So we want to find them out through the PA system. And then if we don't want this happen, and we never had this incident before, but in case their student cannot be founded, then we have to make a report to police. NYPD is gonna be making intervention at this moment. Supply request policy. So we understand that you need a lot of different materials to coordinate and facilitate your lessons. We're gonna be happy to review what you need. So please send us email. Over there is the address, and we're gonna share the slide with you. So don't worry about like writing down, but please make sure that subject line is supply request, and then the class name that you're leading, and then grade, and then also find out the link and from Amazon and let us know how many pieces that you need. Okay, so we can order it accordingly for you. And please wait approval from program director. You can send it to Annie, Stephanie, and me, and then we're gonna see if that is necessary. If some matter is already in our office, you don't need to order. So we are going to discuss about that. Instructor and APEX staff pick up supplies at the after school closed office. Okay, so this one is also important. So students are not going to pick up the material for classroom. You're going to be the one who's going to be prepping materials and making sure it's ready for your classroom. And then you just feel free to, ask help from your TA or other assistant to help bring the supply for you for the lessons. And HR information, if you have any question regarding payroll, please contact our Associate Director of APEX for Youth After School Program, Stephanie, and by using her email address. Time card, you must clock in and out using your own time card on your assigned day. So you're gonna see the time cards is being located on our door of the APEX office, room 202. It's gonna be easily find it out because it's very visible. And you're gonna use our very old antique style time card device to punch in and punch out. In that case, we can track your hours, how many hours that you work on certain days. Yeah, they're gonna generate the stamp for you. And HR document, all the documentation has to be completed prior to the program starts. So if you haven't submitted anything yet, please contact to us after this meeting. We are asking you to submit I-9 and also some ID and also some other paperwork. It's not too much for summarizing, but if you haven't submitted, we need your documentation. So please reach out to us after the orientation. So sick day. So anyone with a fever should stay home until 24 hours after being fever free, and let us know immediately. So let us know just via emails or text so that we can make sure that you're not coming for certain days and you need some sick days for doctor's appointment. So we can find out other sub teachers to cover your class and find out figuring out our schedule as well. For staff that take more than 2 consecutive sick days off, according to the policy of PS1A from Apex After School, a doctor's note of availability to return to work letter is required before your return. Resignation. So this is 7-week or 7-week program, and we don't want to receive any resignation because we tried our best to find quality teachers like you, and we want to work until the end. But we also understand that some emergency might coming up in your life, and you might need to take transition to the other city. But please let us know via email at least 15 business day so we can work it out with you. Okay. All right, so that was it, and maybe we can open up the session for Q&A. Thank you so much for listening for whole of the long orientation. Does anyone like to share your questions or anything else?
I have a question. Hi. Are we allowed to use the smartboard in the classrooms?
Yes, I'm gonna tell them that we're gonna using it because we need to provide a good quality lesson for them.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I had a quickie question. Did you know what was the approximate number of students per class?
So it's gonna be different from
Okay.
all each grade, but approximately 15 to 20, 25, and you're not gonna be the only one adult. We are gonna make sure at least 2 to 3 adults and also SIP interns coming to make sure the ratio is safe.
Oh,
So is the first week just like training and getting to know the school and everything, or like when does the students program actually start? And also, if I have like scheduling questions, should I follow up on my email and everything?
Yes, so hi Nanlin. So regarding your first question, we are operating the program, starting our program activity starting next Tuesday. Okay, but the reason why we were talking about the icebreaker thing was maybe like you can use like 20 minutes or 30-minute portion of your first classes to just get to know about them, because without building trust, relationship, and rapport, it's gonna be hard for them to like really follow your direction. So that was my recommendation, but you're gonna lead the lessons starting next week. And regarding,
Well, that wasn't necessarily my question. It's just throughout the orientation, it sounded kind of like that we will have time in the actual school to kind of like walk through the school and kind of learn stuff a little more. But you said that the program starts next Tuesday, but we also start next Tuesday. So I'm not sure when this like training time is supposed to be.
Training time. So we don't have an actual in-person training time to let you know which room is which and where is that. The school building is closed by Monday. So we don't have that training time, unfortunately, and we're very sorry about that we couldn't provide it at this time. But once you come to school, I'm gonna be the one, and Stella and the other staff's gonna be able to help you out to find out the room, and we're gonna making sure everything's on the same page with you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I had a question just going off what somebody asked about the smart boards. If we do want to use the smart boards, should we bring in our own laptops to use, or will we be able to use an Apex laptop?
So yeah, that's really good question, Sarah. Thank you for asking. So right now, we have 20 laptops available for educational purpose for our kids, and we only have limited laptop for like main staff right now. So if we are able to lending out our laptops for like 10 teachers a day, I don't think it's gonna be working out. So maybe this one I can like I can find out some way to get more laptop for our teachers. So I'm gonna write down on my notes to figure this out. But maybe first week, would you be able, if you really want to use the whiteboard, I am encouraging you to bring your own laptop if that is fine for you. But I will try to find a way to get more laptop for our teacher. I think that's
Okay.
gonna be really helpful for our teachers.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Yeah, I think I saw that somebody is putting the question on the chat. Oh, and fingerprinting before I can get, where I have to do the fingerprinting? Jelin, oh, so I will answer you via email. Okay. Yeah.
I guess, oh, if we did the paperwork before, do we have any paperwork? Okay.
So you don't need to, yeah. Erin, Sarah, Maddie, and Miss Tan, you guys who worked before with us, we don't need anything from you. And please, if you guys have any questions regarding like anything, please shoot us email. We can try our best to answer your questions before the program starts. And again, thank you so much for your patience because sometimes like some portion we are delivering the message a little bit late, it's been delayed, but thank you so much for your patience for everything for summarizing. Yeah. So maybe I'm gonna open up our Q&A session for 1 more minute, and if there's no question, we can start closing.
I do one other quick question. I haven't received a schedule yet.
Stephanie, Annie, would you like to give answer, please?
So we're receiving some last minute changes and some additions to our staff. We're still finalizing that schedule, but you will receive it before Tuesday.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, just feel free to shoot me an email about it once you do receive it.
Okay.
Yeah, just look out for your email boxes. We're gonna send it out soon.
And Erin, I know that you're only able to work Fridays, so for sure we need the teacher for 8 to 6.
Okay.
So I'm gonna work with you.
Okay.
So anyways, so don't worry about like any cancellation. We need all of your help, all of your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So Evelyn Chan was asking if we need switch in different grade, how much hours we have to spend in different classes, because I need estimate the time, the lesson content. So Evelyn, so in middle school it's 45 minutes, and how many minutes was for each single period, Stephanie, for elementary?
Elementary is also 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
5 minutes for each
So
session.
Evelyn, I think that's answer, right? By Annie, 45 minutes per each. It's pretty short because they're gonna make a transition to next class right away. And we are gonna also give you like a little bit of transition plan, how we're gonna swap the class, but it's gonna be very next to each other. So we wouldn't be worried too much at the moment, and we're gonna also help you guys out. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for coming and working with us for summarizing.
Yes, thank you. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to email us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Everyone.
Thank you.
Grace, I just had to talk to you real quick once you end the recording.
Okay.